Hello everybody, and welcome back to Continues to Tick. You may hear some rain droplets. It's actually raining here in California. It hasn't been raining too much, but we actually got some rain today, which is really good. I hope you're all managing to be well and healthy. COVID-19 appears to not be going away, and a new wave of lockdowns are here, at least here in California and various parts. Many new multi-week lockdown orders have been put into place. Working in healthcare, I tend to get mixed emotions regarding this. I've seen COVID-19 and its effects firsthand. And let me tell you, it's unfortunately very real. But shutting down the economy is quite hurtful, to say the least. And also, as a big fan of finances or thinking of money management in general, it's tough to see the negative impact these decisions have had on the economy overall, and those individuals who have not been classified as quote-unquote essential workers. With this being said, here we are for another week's video into the journey of growing a dividend growth portfolio. Another week of showing the continued stepping stone to hopefully retiring earlier than I can even imagine, or the stepping stones to building a nice passive income pillow that one no longer has to worry much about on a day-to-day basis for. This series has been very enjoyable to continue making, and it's nice to slowly see that subscriber count grow. So if you enjoy the series, and the more to come on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe for the continued uploads, as this journey will not be stopping anytime soon. I still have a long ways to go to reach financial freedom, but hopefully once that day comes, I can share it with you all. In this week's video, we're going to go into the portfolio review, as we always do. Some great milestones were hit this week, as you'll soon see, such as hitting the $12,000 mark and also receiving the best or biggest dividend payout day to date. But as usual, before we dive into the portfolio, I want to talk a bit about this week's topic, which is why it's so important to plant those financial seeds. So let's begin. So for some odd reason this week, I happen to be reminded that I have many years in the workforce to go, and that the point in which retirement arrives is completely up to me. I can work forever if I want to. But I decided early on in my working career, now, that I don't want to work forever. Therefore, I know it's completely up to me to plan on ways to live a long life without needing the need to always worry about finances. I like to believe that the point where one no longer has to worry about finances, that is the point in which one quote-unquote makes it and can retire honestly. But like I said, getting to that point usually doesn't happen by accident. It takes thoughtful money management, smart financial decisions, discipline, all to retire, and even more of this to retire early. I am currently 25 years old, and sure, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know how far into the future I may even live. But I can't have that deter me from thinking of my retirement now. Being 25 typically means I have time on my side, a lot of time till the average or normal retirement age. Therefore, I really believe that it's important for me to utilize this tool of time to my advantage, especially as it's something that will, without a doubt, decrease over time. It's one of the few true guarantees of life. Making important financial long-term decisions now, I believe, will bear me more fruit in the future. Planting these financial seeds now should hopefully produce a bigger tree, more mature fruit, or in just simpler terms, a bigger passive pillow to sleep on in the future. For me, starting this dividend growth portfolio and investing into it every single week is like planting a tiny apple tree from seed. And similar to an aged apple tree, my dividend portfolio in the future, after 15, 20, or even 25 years, will produce me more fruit, or in this particular case, more income in the future, usually for the same, if not less, amount of work than when I first started it. The most important variable in both the apple tree and the dividend portfolio analogy is time. For example, this last week, I really thought of this topic because I decided to also open up a 457 account at my state employer. I figured I'm going to be working for the state for a long time. I'm hoping to, at a max, work 25 years and retire at the latest age of 50 comfortably and honestly. Therefore, I recently decided to also open up this 457 account, as right now, I have time on my side, 25 years, and with every paycheck, I simply plan to deposit $100 of my paycheck into this new account. Now, I decided to do this in addition to my state pension, my dividend portfolio, and saving up for real estate. My idea with this side account is to hopefully reward myself with an additional gift by the time I go to retire in 20 to 25 years. After all, if you do the math, it will be a nice-sized tree by the time I get there. And the 457 account, unlike a typical 401k, will allow me to take out these funds at an earlier age without penalty. My overall point in saying this is that time is a very important asset to hold, if holding it. And with this, it's important to ultimately plant your financial seeds today, when you're young, as technically today is the youngest you'll ever be, and to plant as many as you can. The goal is that these financial seeds will grow with time and get to a noticeably larger size, one that will end, or in the long run, make it worthwhile. Time passes regardless if we move or not. Therefore, it's important to really take advantage of this. Because relating to time, you blink and it's gone. Many older adults will tell you this. So if you're thinking of planting any financial seeds and are contemplating it, today is always the best day. With this being said, let's go ahead and transition into the portfolio review for this week. So here we are in the Jesse's cash flow portfolio, reaching the $12,000 mark, as I had mentioned earlier. We're still in the green. It's interesting to think that when I first started this portfolio, I was really contemplating even beginning it, mainly because it was 2020 and this year in general has been so strange. And the market has been hammered. Early in the year, it was hammered. And now if you look at the Dow Jones, we're actually at a record. We're into 30,000 points. So the market, as of right now, overall, I would say, has recovered. And it's moving on. The vaccines are around the corner. There's a lot of positive energy out there. Sure, the lockdowns are here and they're real. So is COVID-19. But the overall economy, it's good. So it's pretty interesting to think that I almost wanted to wait to start this portfolio. But that's the thing with the future. I mean, you can't really predict, how, especially in the markets, how it's all going to unfold. So the best thing to do is just to begin and just to start. But 14% all-time return. There's no complaints from me. That's an $800 gain on the portfolio, especially one that I considered not even starting in the first place or holding out for a better time. Like, for example, if I was to start it today, I'd be starting it at the peak instead of thinking that it would eventually actually go down further. But as I always say, if you're interested in seeing everything that I'm holding, I do have it divided by sectors. But if you want to see the actual individual stocks that I'm holding, check out the description box. There's going to be a link to sharing my pie. You can go ahead and click on that link and it'll show you all the individual stocks that I'm actually holding. I really don't like going into it too, deep, especially here on these videos, because I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial planner. But if you're curious just to see what exactly it is that I'm holding, definitely check that out. So let's go ahead and check out the activity for this week. So here we are. The week started on the 7th, or technically the 6th, but that was Sunday. But we started with some dividend payouts. I think the last 2 weeks or so, they weren't the flashiest or the best weeks in general, but we did get some good amount of gains in those weeks. This week was actually a really good dividend payout week, and I think overall it's the best one that I have ever had, especially on one particular day, as you'll see. But here we are on December 7th, getting paid by the Southern Company. We also got paid on December 8th by Johnson & Johnson. And then here's my one deposit for the week. It still happens to be on Wednesday. I just haven't changed it ever since Thanksgiving. I tend to favor Thursday, so eventually I'll actually switch that. And my one deposit day will again be Thursday. But this week it was Wednesday. Deposited the $500. And then there was a little bit of a snowball action here where we bought $503 worth of shares into the companies. December 10th, this is the day that I want to actually point out specifically. I got paid $8 in dividends on December 10th. If you were to add all these up, it'd be $8.04. I woke up on December 10th, I looked at my phone and it said, you got paid $8 in dividends. And that was the best day I've ever had regarding a dividend payout day. So it was really nice to see, what is to come in the future. And I guess just to even appreciate it now. $8 is quite a bit. We can buy a lot for $8. Right now, I'm just reinvesting it all, but in the future, that's going to be a payout for me. Something that I can use as passive income and utilize it for whatever it is that I need in the future. But here we are, December 10th. Got paid by Chevron, ADM. For whatever reason, Chevron was split, so here it is again. But Exxon, IBM, Snap-on, Sunoco products. So like I said, if you were to add all this up, it'd be $8.04. And this was on Thursday. And then here we are on Friday, December 11th, another $2.61 from Walgreens. And if you were to add this up just from these last 2 days, it'd be a $10 dividend payout. $10. You could do a lot with $10. So it's pretty nice to see. Really nice. Which goes to lead to my new cash balance now of $11.62. I expect the snowball next week to be pretty big. We deposit $500, but here we are with $11 of dividend payouts. So next week, it'll be a really nice snowball size. But that's going to be it, guys, for this week's video of the Jesse's Cash Flow Portfolio. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. Do subscribe. I don't plan on stopping this series, this journey anytime soon. The holidays are among us. Please stay safe out there. Continue your dividend journeys. Continue your financial management decisions. And definitely plant those financial seeds. Today is the best day. Today is the youngest you'll ever be. Time is one of the few things that is guaranteed to pass. So it's best to utilize it. Utilize it in a way where you don't even have to think about it. That's usually the best way to go. But until next week's video, have a good week this next week. I know mine's going to be interesting to say the least, especially as a nurse here in California. But I'll try my best to stay safe, as I hope you will also. See you in the next week's video. Peace.